Hello everybody, today I'm going to give you the 6 tips you need to know in order to protect your identity. Hello everybody, Will Frazier here, realtor and credit guru, and my mission is to bring you the information you need to overcome your credit obstacles of the past to turn your dream home into a reality. Now, if you're interested in staying on top of your credit and getting all the information you can on improving it, for whatever the reason may be, then I would suggest that you hit the subscribe button and also turn notifications on so that you can get notification of any new videos that are uploaded. Now, as I said, today we're going to be talking about the 6 steps that you're going to need in order to protect your identity. Now, the reason why this is important is because we run into a lot of security hacks in this day and age, whether it be from Target, from Equifax, or even Yahoo getting hacked recently. So it's going to be important for you to do what you need to do in order to protect your identity and make sure that you don't have to suffer from any identity theft issues. Now, step number 1 is going to come from Consumer Reports, and they basically say that you should get serious and not scared. See, most people are scared and paranoid of something happening to them, and they kind of overthink it. And some people, they get so scared and paranoid that they don't even take steps. The most important thing is going to be getting serious and doing what you need to do, taking the steps that you need to take in order to prevent yourself from having to deal with any of those issues. Now, some stats that come from them say that most identity theft issues aren't really the typical issue that we tend to think that it would be. Only 1% of households actually deal with identity theft from somebody stealing your identity and using it fraudulently for opening up accounts in your name and stuff like that. The most common form of identity theft is actually unauthorized electronic transactions from your bank account or from your credit cards. That's actually 4% of households in America, which still isn't an extremely large number, but it's still too many. Now, the second thing that you need to be concerned about is protecting all of the devices that you use to access the internet. Now, the devices that we use the most are our tablets, our phones, and there are actually applications that you can download to secure your phone. One in particular is called Lookout that you can download, and it'll actually protect your phone and make sure that there are no viruses or anything like that trying to access your phone. Now, we all use computers as well, and we all are aware of different antiviruses, anti-spyware, anti-phishing software out there available that you can put on your computer to make sure while you're browsing the web that nothing gets access to your computer or access to your personal information, because we normally input a lot of our personal information, credit cards and whatnot, while we're doing online shopping and other things like that. So you want to make sure that all your devices are protected so that no information can be leaked while you're doing your day-to-day activities on your phone, your tablet, or on your computer. Now, the next thing you want to look at is your bank account. You want to monitor it on a regular basis. The reason why you want to do this is because you never know if a small transaction might come out that you're not aware of. See, some of us do look at our bank accounts on a regular basis, but some of us don't really do it at all because we have our bills come out on automatic draft, our direct deposit comes into the account, so we don't really feel like we need to check it. And that's when you can get nickel and dime by little $5 transactions here, 10 there, 20 there, and you may not notice it. So you want to check your bank accounts at least, I would say, maybe on a daily basis, really, but at least every month look at your statement to make sure there isn't anything crazy going on, because you want to stay on top of that before it gets worse or before you end up having a whole lot of money coming out of your account from those little small transactions coming out and you not noticing them. Now, the fourth step that you're going to want to take is you want to monitor your credit reports on a monthly basis. You don't want to wait for the annual report to come out, and you also don't want to use Credit Karma, which some people do, but it only shows you 2 credit bureaus and there are 3. So if somebody stole your information and did something and it only shows up on Experian, which is the one that Credit Karma doesn't show, then you wouldn't know anything about it at all. So you want to have some type of credit monitoring so that you can be updated on a monthly basis on all 3 credit bureaus. And you do have to pay for services like that, but I promise you it's worth it. And as I mentioned in the first step, you do want to get serious and take whatever steps you need to take in order to protect yourself. Because if you don't, it's very possible that somebody can go out there, steal your information, and they can open up credit cards in your name. They could get a house in your name, or they could be driving a Lamborghini in your name while you drive a Ford Focus or something like that. And yes, I'm being dramatic, but at the same time, you need to think about stuff like that. Otherwise, you can become a victim. Now, I'm going to recommend my favorite credit monitoring company to you guys. It's Identity IQ. I use them myself, and I use them for all of my clients. Now, the reason for that is because they have a very good service and they offer it at a discounted price. But first, let me tell you about some of their features. So basically, they give you all 3 credit reports. You get all 3 scores, You also get assistance with fraud alerts if you have to put out a fraud alert for your credit. They also give you identity theft coverage up to $25,000. Now with that $25,000 that they give you, you can use that for fraudulent transfers from your bank account or from credit cards, for attorney's fees and other miscellaneous fees as well. Also, if you have to take off any time from work to pursue any of these activities that may be going on your credit report that may be fraudulent, they also give you income assistance with that. So basically, I think they give you up to $500 a week for up to 4 weeks for time that you may have to take off from work to do that. They will also give you a fraud restoration specialist, which is basically a person that can help you in the event of you losing your wallet and having that information lost or stolen, and help you with the recovery of that, as well as any identity theft issues that you may run into. Now, if you're interested in joining their service, then I will have a link to them down below in the description, so you can click on that and you can check them out and see if you like them. Now, the fifth step when it comes to protecting your identity is if you have been checking your credit reports or your bank accounts and you find that you have been a victim of fraud, you see an account that wasn't yours opened up or something on there, you need to go ahead and put a fraud alert out. Now, what a fraud alert does is that it puts a notice to the credit bureaus out there, so that if anybody tries to run your credit for anything, they will have to contact you in order to make sure that it's really you applying for whatever it is, to make sure that more accounts don't get opened up in your name. Now, that actually lasts for 90 days. And that brings us to the fifth step, which would be a credit freeze. So after the 90 days has passed, if you still feel like you may be at risk, you want to do a credit freeze. And what that's going to do is going to keep anybody from still being able to open up anything in your name. Now, while fraud alerts are free, credit freezes can cost. Some of them can be free, but they can go up to $20. And that's when you place the freeze and when you try to lift the freeze up. So those are the steps that you're going to want to follow. Thank you for sticking around for the video. If you did like it, please like it, share it, and hit subscribe. And thank you, and I'll see you next time.